Okay, this is the end of the demo where we learn how to put together, one of our color interaction study modules. Basically, it's cardstock that we're going to use with our newsprint or thin paper colored swatches, where we're going to take our sample colors from and then mount them to our 2-inch by 2-inch squares to create a surplus, hopefully, of colored tiles that you can use to work through your color interaction puzzles and studies. All right, so let's take a look at that. So first, you're going to need some cardstock. So get a piece of cardstock, mark out your 2-inch by 2-inch squares. Once you have that, you can cut them away, and then you should have something like this. And then make a choice what you're going to cut away as far as colors. I suggest taking a sample from basically any of your color swatches, because the more color swatches that you have, the better your outcomes will be. So once you have your color swatch, just make sure that you have your straight edge in line. I suggest too that in most cases you cut away from the work that you want to preserve. So just make a little cut, right? Should cut right away, no problem. So I have a little square. And you want to be fairly exact. You can always trim these up after you mount it with your glue. It's pretty simple to just trim them out. But the neater that you have it from the starting point, the less you have to clean up later. So these two will go together, right? So I have now a little tile. I'll fit it on here, a little dry fit to see how that looks. All right, so that's how my tile will look when it's glued. And this is basically the same process that we used for our beginning color studies, right? So I got my little glue stick and throw down, and you can glue this one or the other, it doesn't matter. So lay down a little coat of glue and make sure that it's smooth. You don't want a bunch of lumps and bumps in the glue, because that will transfer through then in the burnishing process when you're laying your color chips on the surface. So easy does it, right? Get that on there. And see that little extra, even that little extra, I got that. You can see it overhang. I'll trim that away, and I should have a nice continuous color. And that's another thing to pay attention to with this process, right, is that you want to make sure that your colors are uniform. The consistency is thorough throughout everything that's been painted, so you have a true color, whether it's an unsaturated color, a mid-range gray, or it's lighter in value, or it's a deep rich hue. You want to make sure that you can see that. And then we basically give it a little burnish, right? Nice and easy. There's no need to be too firm with it. Just consistently sort of rub over the surface, make sure it's on there. All right, and that's it. And so that's basically one nice color tile. And like I said, I have that little edge here and that edge here, so I can trim that away. Make sure that the blade that you're using is sharp. It makes this much easier. And then just get it lined up on that edge, and then cut away the excess, right? So there we go, a nice, good looking chip. All right, so once you have that started, and you want to put a chip inside there, you can also make, out of one of your cardstock tiles, a little window jig, and it's basically a 1/2 by 1/2 window cut in the center of this tile. You can place then this tile right here over your little color sample, and then you would glue this piece if this is the one you're going to use, and then you would just drop it in there and give a little press with your finger, and because it will stick to the ground, ultimately you should be able to peel this away and have this thing down. And that's basically it. So that's the gist. You'll make your tiles out of cardstock. You'll cut your color swatch material. You'll mount those to your cardstock. They should be uniform, good craftsmanship, right, in all your tile work, and then you'll have your jig so you can center all the tiles, all the smaller tiles that you want to put on those colored grounds. All right, well, so that's it for the demonstration. I hope that you found this demonstration informative and that it helps you get through these color studies with ease. And I look forward to seeing all the color studies that you produce when we complete this project. All right, see you again later.